Okay, all right, yeah. These things are always like they're so difficult for humans to kind of conceptualize, and I'm always blown away by the kind of people who do work these things out.
Yeah.
You know, when you do see the maths, of what light looks like and how just how they work out what a star is made out of. You know, how they break down the light forms to try and work out exactly what percentage of different elements are in particular stars. That is maths that is being done from hundreds of millions of miles away from something.
And exactly, and the light we're seeing now happened a long time.
Exactly. And you're using that to work out things like what that star is made out of. This brain is too stupid for that stuff.
Even me.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, which is why now I've kind of brought things a little closer to Earth.
Oh, thank God.
For my second fact, yeah. And my second fact is that man, that is us, all men and women, right? I use man in a very generic...
Number the stars of the sky.
I mean,
like it says in one of the
man has never left Earth's atmosphere, is my fact.
That's a lot of it's a lot of bollocks. I know besides the lunar landing, which was filmed in a Hollywood studio, besides at some point they did, and then they left and went far away. I mean, Tom Cruise nearly left Earth's atmosphere in the second Top Gun because it went really, really high. That test in the opening scene.
That's the traditional image of Earth's atmosphere. Is like it's a skin on an apple, right?
Yeah.
That it's this tiny, thin thing that we somehow exist within.
Yes, unless you're busy with some sort of factual trickery, I think you're speaking bollocks. I think we've definitely left Earth's atmosphere. We've gone to the moon, and I don't know if we've gone beyond humans, but we've gone far. And Russians and monkeys and everything. So
Russians and monkeys. I mean,
Yeah.
even monkeys. I sometimes think about that. You look up at the stars and you see a shooting star across the sky. It's beautiful, but that might just be the return to Earth of a deceased monkey in a can that was fired up there in the 1960s. You know, like a monkey in a bean can that was like fucking shot up there with fireworks by NASA in like 1944. You know, and then you're like, oh, that's beautiful. It's this fucking monkey skeleton returning to Earth. I mean, it wouldn't be a monkey skeleton. I don't think anything would decay up there, would it? Got to have air, and they definitely didn't give those animals
and it's
air.
nice and cold, so it'll
Or maybe it'll
keep it.
shake it off,
Yeah.
land on Earth in its bean can, shake it off, and run off into the jungle. Let's hope. But
Yeah, there's an idea there. If you want to preserve things and come back in 1,000 years because life's a bit crappy, then we send you up there. You'll be cryogenically frozen,
so people,
and then
people
we can just pull
they've
you
been
back
sending-
when it's your time.
But they've been sending cremains up there, right? So, you know, like people's cremated ashes. They've been sending those into space. You can, if you live in America, because, of course, America, you can have a can of your ashes put into a big gun and fired into space. And then you just become part of the space rubble up there that's just endlessly orbiting the planet. I don't know why you would do that, though. It feels
Sounds
blasphemous.
expensive and blasphemous.
Expensive, yeah, very expensive. I mean, I can't. Anyway, as I say, then you're effectively just space rubble. Great, excellent. That's how I want to end my life.
But we have left Earth's atmosphere, so that's a lie.
So, I mean, most people would say.
Talking about the air inside their little tank.
No.
Then it's like that's
No. There was a recent study that looked at some overlooked data collected from the last millennium, so, you know, into the 1990s. And it concluded that the edges of the Earth's atmosphere actually extends more than 391,000 miles from the planet's surface, which is roughly like about twice as far as the moon. So, and at that distance, they're saying that this part of the atmosphere is so thin, and the hydrogen atoms are so
you
dispersed.
still can't breathe and all
Yeah, that
crap.
for all intents and purposes, you actually are in space.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's called the geocorner, this particular part of the atmosphere, and it allegedly extends out beyond the moon.
Do you think it's getting bigger? Because it might be a
Yeah.
way of measuring the age of the Earth as well. If you knew how big it was getting every year, then you could calculate the rate.
It's more than 6,000 years, Ryan. If that's no, it's know, Ryan. I think the thing is that it's just so light that it basically extends out much further than we thought. But the actual usable atmosphere, the working atmosphere, for all intents
Yes,
and
yes,
purposes,
yes,
this
yes, yes.
geocorner is space. But
Okay.
there are detectable hydrogen molecules
It could have come
out
from
there
nowhere
that-
else.
that
Could have
can
only come from
Earth's atmosphere. They are
Great fact.
they're all part of Earth's atmosphere.
Look,
Yeah.
that's the problem with studying space is you've got to be able to picture things that you study. So when you study anatomy, biology, and you can cut open a frog, you can't cut open a galaxy. You've got to, someone's got to put some models around, and then you can kind of
I mean, but
picture it.
that's what maths is, right? Like it's a human model
Good Lord.
of what the universe is.
Yeah.
And some people speak that human model language, and I get confused the second you put an X in the theorem. Like then I'm.
But you know where I can make a metaphor of Earth's atmosphere expanding or being beyond where we think it is? Is like the Congo River blasts so much fresh water into the ocean that when you're out there for up to 5 Ks, like the old sailors used to dip their hand into the ocean and it was still fresh water. So that's like the fresh water extending past its boundaries. I don't know if I'm right about 5, but it's a significant distance.
Yeah, I believe the Amazon
Way
is the
out.
same. It's also
Yeah.
it's many kilometers off coast.
Yeah, so that's crazy, man.